Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain. Sit a while because today we are back in 1995. It's July 1st and of course we are in charge of the Ottawa Senators. So prior to starting this video, I did a little bit of looking around and I looked at who to sign and whatnot. I have currently 34 players under contract, so I have 16 slots available. Obviously, I'm not going to try to fill them all. I want to keep some room for trades and maybe some waiver pickups again. But I have made quite a few offers to some players. We can see them on the screen there under open offers. So we're gonna go ahead and go through each one and see. So according to my handcrafted notes that I've taken myself, I need one center, so I offered a pretty onerous contract to Mike Selinger. He's a pretty well-rounded defenseman, and he's only 24, so he definitely can improve some more. And I'm attempting at least to sign him because he's really kind of a really good two-way player. You can see from his stats there, 13, 14, 14, 14, so he doesn't have like a glaring weakness or anything like that, and he might get better. So definitely a guy I would like to sign. After that, we have Frederick Cassivi. Obviously, he's only an alpha star potential. That's only because he was a prospect and I was about to lose his rights. I always try to sign my prospects at least once to see if maybe they're going to have a boost or something, that's unexpected and get better. Now, the fun thing about Cassivi that I didn't know is he was kind of ahead of his time. He was kind of a pretty big goaltender. Nowadays, 6'4" to 20 is almost the norm for goaltenders, but back in the 90s, I'm not sure that it was exactly how that worked. So I really don't expect for him to develop or anything, but if it does, I might have a goaltender. Who knows? Kind of the same thing for Radim Basanik. He was a prospect that I was about to lose the rights for, so I'm signing him. Not expecting him to become a great defenseman or anything, but if he gets a surge of talent or something, he might become decent. So he's there. Now the biggest name that I am attempting to sign is right here. For some reason, Washington is not trying to keep Calle Johansson. Of course, Johansson was a pretty good defenseman. He had kind of a down season last year. Maybe that's why Washington is trying to not re-sign him. If we remember from a couple seasons back, Washington did load up on defensemen and everything. Maybe they feel they don't really need him anymore. So I will gladly take him on the team. He would look awesome on that left side with Norm McIver and Zardy Zalewski, and he can play on the right side too. So definitely, I would really like to be able to sign him. That's why I'm offering him so much money, 1.3 million. That's like Nick Lidstrom territory almost. So, but I would really like to have him on the team. Now at left wing, I'm trying to sign two ex-Montreal Canadiens. That's very unlike me, but they were pretty much the two best ones available, and I really don't have a whole lot at left wing at the moment. And even then, those are not superstars, although they're decent players. Benoit Brunet had a really bad season last year, but Montreal had, quite a few good players, so I think it's mostly because he played on the third or fourth line or something. In real life, Brunet was a pretty talented player, but he was injured all the time. Now, if you follow hockey nowadays, he was kind of the Ryan Murray of the 90s. Ryan Murray of Columbus is a good young defenseman, but he always has something broken or something. He's made out of crystal, so was Benoit Brunet, so hopefully he can stay healthy for us and play on the left wing. And then I got I shouldn't say I got because they're not signing it, but I offered a contract to Brian Savage as well. I talked briefly about him in the previous video. probably has the potential to score 20 goals or so, especially if he ends up playing with Yashin or something like that. Might put up some decent numbers. So I'm trying to sign those guys. Now, again, first of all, I don't know how Dallas ended up with Roman Amerlik. And second of all, I don't know why they're not keeping him. Might be a situation where, again, they have good depth on D and they don't feel like they need him, but I'll take him. So he can play on the right side or the left side. Definitely somebody that I am looking forward to get. And then Robert Zvela, I am trying to bring back. I am not trying to bring back Sean Hill and Jason York, but Zvela did put up a few points. He has a little bit of an offensive upside, so I'm hoping that maybe on the power play he can help out on that right side, because right as it is right now on the right side, I only have Bradshaw and Tommy Shodin. So, I mean, Shaw is getting a little bit older and not a lot of offense, so Zvela might be able to slide in there and get some points and everything. I'm trying to bring back Joe Dial. Joe Dial is not a remarkable player, but he's also not a terrible player. He's kind of well-rounded. He's not going to hurt us playing for us. He's pretty good defensively. I'm hoping that the coach plays him on the third or fourth line. I'm really hoping that Alfredson and Degg are going to be on the top two lines at right wing, and then Joe Dial can slide in there maybe on a third line, and he doesn't hurt us. He's pretty good defensively, and he can put up a few points. And then finally, Sergei Krivokresov. I'm not necessarily expecting him to play in the NHL this year, but he has a decent potential, and I figured I'd attempt to sign him. So that's my reasoning here between all of those players for trying to get them. There's a couple no-brainers on D, but really I needed a little bit more offense. There's really not a whole lot of offensive talent up front to sign. Most of those guys are kind of well-rounded and everything. Obviously, there's not a Brett Hull or something like that available for me to sign. So we might struggle to score some goals again this year. In real life, the Sens in the 1995-1996 season finished dead last again. I'm hoping to not have that happen. So I guess we'll see. All right. Whew. So that's all the offers that I'm making. Kessevi and Basanik are probably going to sign, no questions asked. The other ones, we're going to have to see what they have to say. I might have to overpay for a couple of them. Thinking maybe Kelly Johansson and Roman Amerlik, I'm probably going to have to overpay for. So, alright, let's advance this. Alright, so what do we have here? Basanik, alright. Brunet. Alright, so those are all emailed just to basically say that they received my contract offer, so we're not gonna go and read through that too much. Oh, Brady's dad is upset at his agent, so he's dumping his agent because he doesn't have a new deal, so yeah, he's gonna get a new agent soon. So Keith Ketchuk is only 23 in my universe right now. Definitely a decent player. I really wouldn't mind having him on the team. And his sons are both made of the same mold. It's pretty cool, actually. All right, I have a trade proposal from the Vancouver Canucks. They want to trade me Scott Walker for Antti Tormanen. Now, Scott Walker has a pretty good potential, but he's not there yet. He's only 21. Antti Tormanen, he didn't have that great of a season. That's a younger player, decent potential. Kind of a well-rounded player. I like those type of players a lot, actually. I think I'm gonna make that trade, actually. Yep. hopefully Brunet and Savage sign, because Tormainen, I was expecting him to play on my left side, so hopefully hopefully I get to sign those guys. Alright, so we made a trade. NC Tormainen is gone. Scott Walker is in. Probably going to play in the minors. Mike... Oh, I guess we signed Mike Sillinger, huh? Here, you can have number 21. So maybe I shouldn't have gone that fast through the emails, because one of them signed. So we did get Mike Sillinger. I'm going to go ahead and... So sorry, with my handwritten notes, I need to stay focused with that. In prior iterations of the game, I wouldn't take notes like that, and then I would end up with like not having any centers or something. So alright, let's move on one more day, see what happens. Alright, so apparently we signed Kelly Johansson too. Okay. Alright, Roman Amerlik. Try harder. I'll throw more money at you. Here, how about that? I really want you. Alright. Sergei Krivokrasov is not too impressed with my offer either. Alright, I'll attempt to sign you again. I don't mind giving you more money, but I don't think I'm gonna go much higher than that. Alright, Savage wants to sign with Chicago instead. I really need him, but he needs to not know that, or else he's gonna ask for more money. Alright, so I have Kelly Johansson. Sorry, I went so fast. It's really rare that players sign right away. So I went a little fast, and I didn't see that I signed those guys, but they're there. So I have Sillinger and Kelly Johansson. So two of the guys that I wanted. Of course, I was offering them a lot of money. So I'm gonna scratch this here, because I did sign Kelly Johansson. So to right D, to left. Yep, okay. We're all caught up over there. Oh god, the Islanders have their Captain Eyeliner. Oh boy, the fish stick, the fish stick logo. Alright, what do we have here? Brunet sign. Okay, that's good. Alright, Amerlik is... No, did Amerlik sign? Yeah, he did, okay. Because he has a Sens jersey here, so... See, Extol needs to take a look at that and take some notes. Get signed right away, wears the right jersey and everything. Jodiel feels like he can do better. And the Capitals have offered him more money. Oh, yeah? Maybe they're trying to poach him because I got Kelly Johansson, and they're like, oh my god, then we're gonna take Jodiel. So let's try this. That's a lot of money for Jodiel, but I can afford it. I'm still not at the point where I really have to check money. We're getting there in 4 to 5 years. I would say I'm gonna need to really start, looking at that, but for now we're good. Alright. So Krivokrasov still thinking about me. Brian Savage still thinking about me. And Roman Amorik wants number 44, but Paul Cavallini has it. Paul Cavallini is also a veteran, so how about you get number 24? I'm sorry that you're upset, Roman. Alright, so Cassivi signed. Alright, Jody L is thinking about it. Alright, so Krivokrasov signed with San Jose, so we didn't get him. And Brian Savage re-signed with Montreal. We also didn't get him. So now I have to try and find another left wing. I do have Sean Podine. He didn't have a good season at all though last year. Do I really need another left wing? Loach, Podine. Who else do I have at left wing? Oh god. Yeah. Now most of the really good left wingers are gonna be gone. Ugh. Tim Taylor, yeah, not really. Bill Lindsay, maybe. I mean, could always get Chris Simon and get an awesome mullet. Or maybe I could try to be ahead of the Sens timeline and get Dean McCammon early. Could always try to do that, I suppose. Dean McCammon is somewhat young. Let's try to get Bill Lindsay. Let's see what Bill Lindsay says. Random Bassanic sign, so we're good there. Alright, that's telling me that he got the offer. Robert Zvela signed. That's good. Oh, I gave 24 to somebody else. Alright. Right. Bassanic can have number 32. That's fine. Alright, let's give you your number 24. Roman Amerlik is and here. Let's give him number 2. That's a good defenseman number. Alright. So alright, so yeah, let's see, because Krivokrasov signed somewhere else. Who do I have at right wing? So I did get Scott Walker. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna consider that. Alright, so I have a left wing and a right wing left. Okay, perfect. Alright, Bill Lindsay wants more money, huh? All right, so Jody all signed. Welcome back, Jody. All right, and now we just have to see if Bill Lindsay is gonna sign. Oh God, still not happy with the contract, huh? Well, Montreal, I can't let Montreal win. Ugh, that's a lot of money. I mean, you do realize you're Bill Lindsay, right? Keith Kitchuk got his new agent, and he's pretty happy about that. Bill Lindsay ended up signing with the Winnipeg Jets. I should have offered him more money. So I'm still kind of short one left wing. Maybe a center can play the wing at that point. Yeah, I do have quite a few centers, so something's gonna have to give. I'm not gonna be spending almost $1 million on Chris Simon's mullet or anything like that, so I'm gonna call it good enough. Plus, I might be able to find somebody on waivers when the season starts. Or maybe a trade's gonna show up. So I don't regret trading Tormainen for Scott Walker. I think Scott Walker might become a decent player for us in the future. Of course, that's not something that helps me, right now, but... Alright, so now we're just gonna be simming pretty fast. Oh, Paul Coffey attends a leadership seminar. So Paul Coffey is a little bit more of a leader after seeing that. It's pretty good. You always want your really talented players to also have leadership. Alright, Joel Otto endows scholarship at Hometown College. So we've gone through that news before, and the title kind of explains what's going on. So Joel Otto is a better person. Alright, Sutter. Which one? There's like a million of them. Ron Sutter. Ron Sutter hosts a charity golf tournament, so we've seen that news before as well. So again, another player that becomes a better person. Ooh, I have a trade proposal from the Kings. So, do they want to trade me Wayne Gretzky or Luc Robitaille for... No, they want to trade me Justin Hawking for Greg Pankiewicz. I have plenty of D, so I'm gonna say no. Alright, development report. So the one in August is usually not all that great, as we can see here. So I have some players that are becoming less good, and a few defensemen who are getting better. Larry Robinson is in the Hall of Fame. Bernie Federko is in the Hall of Fame. Ted Lindsay is in the Hall of Fame. And Lanny McDonald is in the Hall of Fame as well. All very deserving, I shall say. Okay, I'm going to call up some guys. When I hit preseason, I want for the computer to use quite a few of my players, give them some playing time. I wish there was a better, faster way to do this. I don't think there is. Could be wrong. Alright, that should be good enough. So the coach is gonna be able to choose whoever he wants. Alright. Oh god. Yeah, that's happening too. Alright, you're getting your number 1. Colin Forbes can get number 15. Number 5 for you. Yeah, you're not getting number 4. Here, 42. Um, 53. That's fine. There you go. This cash wants. Here, I have number 7. I can't give you number 8. Technically, it's retired. Yeah, everybody wants number 24. Here, I have 26 instead. I'm not giving you number 17. Here, I have number 23. There you go. Patrick Travers. Whew, that was a long thing to do. Okay, now let's all of those players are new and getting adjusted to the team. Not a lot of news. No big trades or anything. Oh, Ray Ferraro donates time and money to cancer research. So Ray is a better person. Got that logo. It's something else. And we have a trade proposal from the Calgary Flames. Matthias Johansson for Greg Pankewitz. Okay, Pankewitz hasn't done much of anything. Matthias Johansson is still young. He has a decent potential according to my scouts. Why not? There you go. I don't have a problem trading young players, hoping that one of them becomes better. It rarely happens, but you never know. Stephen Halko and Paul Ranaheim pitched in at a local homeless shelter. Better persons. Oh, barbecue 2-0 for Peterson. Tom Peterson, probably. Yep, Tom Peterson required medical attention, so he was barbecuing and he burnt himself. Amazing off-season workout regimen for Stevens. Is it Scott or Kevin? Scott Stevens. Wow, like he needed that. So Scott Stevens had a great workout regimen, so some of his stats increase. So if I remember correctly, I believe it's usually strength and agility. Anyway, Scott Stevens is probably going to be better than he should have been, and he's already pretty good. So, all right. Development report. August is usually a little bit better. So, that guy that I just got from Calgary got better in stamina, determination, bravery, offensive read, and +2 in checking. Maybe it wasn't a bad trade after all. All right. So now it's September. We are about to get into preseason. So I'm gonna play the preseason, and then after that we're gonna call that a video. Oh, there's been a trade between the Devils and the Avalanche. Randy Mickey and David Gosselin are going to Colorado for Curtis Leschyshyn and Steve Passmore. So Curtis Leschyshyn, the player who probably had the hardest name to spell for me as a kid and a Nordiques fan. So okay, they get better defensively and they give up a okay forward, I guess. That's a trade that I can get behind. It's not a terrible trade. Trading okay forward for okay defenseman, I suppose. And of course, prior to that season, I don't remember if we saw it in the last video or not, but the Nordiques officially moved to Colorado. All right, coach report on new players. Scouting reports. So those are starting again. So scouts take a break during summer. You don't get those scouting reports every other day. Alright, not a lot going on. Just trying to get to our preseason games here as fast as I can. Oh, there's been a trade between the Whalers and the Devils. So the Devils are active. They're not happy with... they got swept, didn't they? I believe they got swept in the first round. Or in the second round last year. So the Whalers trade Mark Jansen to the Devils for Stéphane Richer. Ooh, so Stéphane Richer got dealt to the Whalers. The goal scorer, the last Montreal Canadian player to score 50 was Stéphane Richer. Now he's with the Whalers. Traded for Mark Jansen's. Jansen's was more of a, I don't want to say tough guy, but he was a, yeah, I guess a grinder probably would be a better term. So they traded very different type of players there. Apparently Hartford's trying to get some goal scoring. There's nothing wrong with that. I probably would have taken Stéphane Richer. Alright. Oh, a trade between the Oilers and the Blackhawks. Who got traded? Ooh. So Bill Ranford is going to Chicago with Ed Belfour. So Bill Ranford and Steve Kelly are going to Chicago for Jeff Shantz and Ryan Huska. So Ranford and Shantz are the two players moving here. That's interesting. I'm not sure who the Oilers are going to have in net now that they got rid of Ranford. All right, and finally some actual on ice action. All right, so scouting report. All right, so that's the big development report that you get in the year, the one from training camp. So let's see. So Basanik, okay. Alfredson, that's pretty good. Hopefully that's going to put you on one of the top lines. Alfredson is a star and a half now. Radic Bank. Alexander Daigle. Professionalism. I forget sometimes that Daigle is only 20 by now. KSV, Brian Berard, Gerard, Colin Forbes. Oh, that's not bad, not bad. Getting quite a few things. Amardic got some speed. Always like some speed. Got that guy I got from Calgary is getting better and better. Brian McCabe. Eventually you're going to need to start reaching your potential. I need to play you in the NHL at one point. Is Vartvadet. Alright, getting better. This Cash Larson. Alright, so lots of good gains in here. Sadly, one guy that's missing is Yashin. Kevin Todd seems to be out of shape, so I gave you a golden bridge of money, and you sat on your ass all summer, and you ate poutine, or, well, I don't think you're from Quebec, but you ate onion rings drenched in maple syrup all summer, and now you're out of shape. I'm going to criticize you publicly. I paid you good money. I'm not happy. There you go. Not happy with Kevin Todd. Alright, so we are playing the Florida Panthers for our first preseason game. So let's take a look at their roster, see if they still have that good goaltending going. They do, so they have Brook and Fizet in net still, so that's a pretty good combo. Probably even better than mine. Now, yeah, up front they're terrible, but they have an okay defense, I guess. So Steven Finn is the captain, Kenny Janssen, Gusarov, Bill Older, Bobby Dallas, Carl Dykhouse, Chris Joseph, Craig Wallanen. Lots of ex-Nordiques here. Like Fizet, Finn, Gusarov, Wallanen. They're all ex-Nordiques. Tony Urkus also. Dion Peter Klima, Kip Miller, Valery Zelipukin, Urkus, Nathan Lafayette, Elenan, Letterer. Yeah, like up front it gets a little more difficult. So looks like the Panthers are trying to build from the back end on going forward. I'm not sure how that's gonna work for them. I know they had a horrible season last year as well. Let's see. Alright, so now keep in mind this is preseason, so that's not necessarily the lines that are going to stick or stay. So Dag is playing on the first line. Yashin is a 17 at Dangler. That's pretty good. I might not trade him. I might not emulate the Suns with him if he continues to play that well and be so good. Alright, so McIver, Zalewski, and Kelly Johansson on the left. Hammerlich, Shaw, and Shodin on the right. That's not a bad defense, guys. Looks like our problem is once again going to be up front. So let's see what we can do against the Panthers here. And we won 5-4 in this first preseason matchup. We outshot them 37-30. Yashin had 2 goals and an assist. Kip Metter for them had a goal and 2 assists. And Benoit Brunet for us, a goal and an assist. So Jamie Baker from Sean Podine and Jodial, Brunet from Amerlik and McIver, Yashin on the power play from Zari Zalewski. Yashin from Brunendeg, and Lonely Loach on the power play from Yashin. So, of course, all of those stats don't count. It's only preseason, but it's always good still to see our player play good. Pavel Bure had a great night, preseason game. He had a hat trick. He scored all the goals for the Canucks. 3-2 win. Oh, so that's probably Don Sweeney. Tim Sweeney. Tim Sweeney helped a friend move, and he got hurt for 2 weeks. If you're not familiar with that one yet, by now, you haven't been paying a lot of attention. Alright, we're playing Montreal, so we're going to take a look at their roster. So, of course, they have Patrick Roy. They haven't traded him to Colorado yet. Probably won't happen in my replay. Oh, you never know. With Frédéric Chabot, Mathieu Schneider. Oh, Mark Tenorti is with Montreal now. Bob Beers as well. I always say it was a funny name as a kid. Beers. Patrice Brisebois, Kevin Dahl, Eric Desjardins, Lilo Deline. Lilo Deline was an available free agent, so they decided to re-sign him. Jeff Smith, John Leclerc, Patrick Poulin, Brian Savage, Danfus, Koivu, Olzinger, Lebeau. Oh, they signed Jonas Bergquist. I didn't want to re-sign him. He didn't have that great of a season, and he wanted too much money. And he's 32. And Darcy Tucker. All right. All right, so Montreal has a decent team. Can we beat them? All right, so yeah, we can see the coach is trying all kinds of stuff there. That's because I gave him a lot of options. I gave him a lot of players. So I kind of like that. It's like real preseason. You don't always go with your best lineup. All right, so Guillemard against Patrick Roy. So let's see. We lost in overtime, 3-2. So decent game against a good team. I'm not dissatisfied with that. Brian Bellows was the first star, a goal and an assist. Jamie Baker, a goal and an assist for us, second star, and Saku Koivu. So Koivu has now entered the universe with an assist. He had the third star. We outshot them 39-32. So far in 2 games, we've outshot the opposition twice. That's pretty good. So Daniel Alfredson scored our first goal from Colin Forbes and Jamie Baker, and then Jamie Baker scored from Brian McCabe. We took a 2-0 lead, really early too, but we couldn't hold on to it. Like, we scored 2 goals in 12 seconds? Yeah, that's pretty good. 2 goals in 12 seconds, but then after that, the Montreal came back and won it. But yeah. All right, Joe Sakic has a strong game. 3 goals and an assist against Philadelphia. So, of course, that part of my childhood really hurt. I was a very strong Quebec Nordiques fan, and when they moved to Colorado, it broke my heart, and that's how I became an Ottawa Senators fan. So I was not an Ottawa Senators fan from the first season. I converted after the Nordiques left. Alright, now we're playing in Toronto, so let's take a look at the Leafs. Of course, the Leafs had some pretty tough years. They're still okay now with Doug Gilmour and everything, but eventually, in real life at least, the Leafs started to struggle. So they have Grant Fuhr still in net with Vincent Riendo as the backup. Dave Ellett, Jamie McCown, Richard Matvichuk, Jason Ware, I think, Jeff Ware, Dmitry Mironov, Daniel Markov, Yannick Tremblay, Bobby Carpenter, Wendell Clark, Frederick Modine. Oh, they're the ones who signed Chris Simon and his mullet. They signed Tim Taylor as well. He was another available left winger. Doug Gilmour, Todd Marchand, Dave McElwain, Yannick Perreault, Brian Smolinski, Glenn Anderson, Nikolai Borchevsky, and Joe Sacco. So not that great of a team. Like it's like they have Doug Gilmore and then Wendell Clark and some spare parts, and Wendell Clark came in the same kind of shape that Kevin Todd came. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, we're giving Radim Basanic some time. I like that. Oh dear God, Ron, you have to let go of the Red Wings already. Man, that's a bug that needs to be fixed. I thought that with the new season that would be fixed, but apparently not. Yeah, Ron, you have to let go. You have problems. All right, against the Leafs, and we lost in overtime again, 4-3. So. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, they outshot us 36-27. Doug Gilmore is the first star with a goal and 2 assists. Norm McIver, I needed to see that from him. A 3-point game, so 3 assists. Second star, Tim Taylor, a goal and an assist. He's the third star. Norm McIver seems to have slowed down a little, so I needed to see that he could still do something like that. Alright, so Yashin on the power play from Lonnie Loach and Norm McIver. Lonnie Loach on the power play from Norm McIver again. And Sillinger from Steve Washburn and Norm McIver. Big game for Jaromir Jagr, who had 3 goals and an assist for Pittsburgh. Good game, but it's only preseason. A memorable game for Peter Bondra. I don't think that it's memorable when it's in preseason. 3 goals and an assist, that's pretty good. Memorable night for Kirk Mulby, 4 assists. Mark Recchi has a memorable game with a hat-trick, 3 goals. Ooh, Patrice Brisebois hurt for 5 months with a fractured hip. So he's going to be missing a huge chunk of the season. That's going to hurt Montreal. I don't know if they're going to try to do something about it. Alright, next preseason game is against Edmonton in Edmonton. So let's take a look at their roster. So they traded Bill Ranford, so they have Steve Shields in net with Mike Minard. I wasn't overly familiar with that name. Then they have Greg Hallgood, Dave Manson, Frank Musil, Sean O'Donnell, Rudy Postchek, Luke Richardson, Shane Corson, Martin Gélina, Martin Ruzinski, Craig Simpson, Essetic, and Sylvain. Oh, Sylvain Turgeon is in Edmonton now. Ooh, that didn't go over very well for him last year. Ryan Smith, Captain Canada, was his nickname, I believe. Joseph Baranek, Jason Arnott, Brent Gilchrist, Jeff Shantz, Kelly Buckberger, Kirk Mulby, Scott Mellenby, and Joe Murphy. They have a decent team. They don't have any superstar or anything like that, but they have a lot of good players, and sometimes that's probably best to have a team made up like that than to have 2 superstars and a bunch of plugs. Alright, let's take a look at what happens here. And we won 5-2. Extal distracted them with the wrong jersey, and they were fooled. Alright. So let's take a look at that. We outshot them 34-23, so that's pretty good. So far the shots look alright, and we also are usually on top. I like that. So Yashin was the first star with a goal and 2 assists. Robert Zvela, a goal and 2 assists. That's why I got you, so that you could provide a little bit of offense. And Lonnie Loach, an assist, 3rd star. Callie Johansson scored. Thank you. Good signing. Assisted by Deg and Yashin. Zvela from Norm McIver and Yashin. Amerlik from Jamie Baker and Robert Zvela. Yashin from Lonely Loach and Zvela, and Sean Podine in an empty net, assisted by Ed Ronan. Brian Leach lights up the lamp. Hat trick, 3 goals. Great night for Jeremy Roenick, who had 3 goals and an assist. Alright, and now we are playing the Chicago Blackhawks. So we have 3 preseason games left. So let's take a look at the Blackhawks lineup. Ed Belfour and Bill Ranford. Makes sense. I mean, Bill Ranford is getting... he's declining a little bit. He's only a 2-star. So I could see a team going to go and get him to be a solid backup that you can rely on. No, Peter Aola, Igor Kravchuk, Steve Smith, Chris Chelios, Christian Laflamme, David Williams, Gaetan Duchesne, Yuri Emelev, Stefan Matteau, Ethan Morrow, Bob Corcom-Tedrory. Okay. Peter Le Boutier. Okay. Steve Larmer, Brian Noonan, and Jim Vesey. Okay, so not the best offense. They have a couple interesting players up front, but they have a lot of players that are either, young and need to develop, or declining in ability. That's going to be interesting to follow them. Of course, they have Chris Chelios and Ed Belfour and Jeremy Roenick, but they also have a lot of spare parts. Interesting. Alright, we are playing at home this time. Oh, so Ron Extall, good news. Ron Extall is not the only goaltender that's a little lost. Bill Ranford is still wearing his Oilers jersey for this. Looks like there's a bug somewhere in the game that doesn't run a check on the players to run to wear the right jersey, at least on the road. And we won 4-3, so we're having a pretty decent preseason so far. We're like, 3 wins and 2 losses in overtime, I think? That's pretty good, Oh, we doubled them on shots. We outshot them 40-20. I like that. Daniel Alfredson, a goal and 3 assists. He participated to every single goal we scored. Chris Chelios, 2nd star with 2 assists. And Norm McIver with a goal was the 3rd star. So Daniel Alfredson from Sean Podine. Radek Bonk from Daniel Alfredson. Norm McIver from Kelly Johansson and Daniel Alfredson. Persvart Vadit from Jody Hull and Daniel Alfredson. Pretty good game. Kelly Johansson got hurt for 3 weeks. It's not the end of the world, but he's gonna miss the start of the season. So I went and got Kelly Johansson, and now he's hurt. Alright, next preseason game is going to be in San Jose, and there's a trade between the Blackhawks and either the Rangers or Islanders. Alright, so Bob Corcom and Eric Manlow are going to the Islanders for Tom Fitzgerald and current Ottawa Senators head coach DJ Smith. So DJ Smith did play a few games in the NHL, I believe, with Colorado. He might get a chance with Chicago in my universe. We'll see. Alright, let's look at San Jose, see if they can get better than us. So they have Jeff Hackett and Arthur Serby in net. So that's pretty much what they had in real life. Jason Cullimore, Ragnus Johansson. Is that Roger Johansson, Sandis Lynch, Mike Radji, Garfield Friesen. Okay, Langen Brunner, Jeff Friesen. Okay, Ray Whitney. Rob Gaudreau. And of course they signed Krivokrasov from me. Not really from me, I didn't own the rights, but alright, let's see if we can beat the Sharks. Oh yeah, we won 4-0. And they outshot us 39-35 too. So Extall is the first star of the game with 39 saves. That's a pretty good performance. Jody Hall is the second star with 2 goals. And Loney Loach, 2 assists, third star. And Norm McIver scored on the power play from Degg and Loney Loach, Bradshaw from McIver and Scott. Okay, so McIver is having a pretty good preseason, but Zalapsky is not. So last year, Zalapsky had a better year than McIver, and this year it looks like McIver wants to say, screw you, Zalapsky. I'm the leader here, so... And then Jody L from Jimmy Baker, and Jody L from Loney Loach and Paul Cavallini. Alright, good night for Mario Lemieux. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals, and a 3-3 tie. And good night for Mikael Renberg, who had also a hat-trick, 3 goals. And now we are up to our last preseason game against the Florida Panthers. We already looked at their roster. We played them for the first preseason game. Right, and they're sending Stefan Fizenet. And we won 42. Alright, so if our preseason is any indication, we should have a decent season. We should definitely have a not finish last like the Sens did in real life. That's going to be my goal, not finishing last. Let's see if I can make that happen. I was a little bit too ambitious, I think, last season because I wanted to compete for a playoff spot right away. This year I'm going to temper my expectations and let's just try to not finish last. Alright, so we won 42. We outshot them 33-27. Loney Loach was the first star with 2 assists. Carl Dykhouse with an assist is the second star, and Yashin third star with a goal and an assist. So, they took the lead too. Then Yashin scored from Bradshaw and Loney Loach, and then Degg on the power play from Alfredson and Radek Bonk. Amerlik on the power play from Steve Washburn and Sean Podine, and McIver from Yashin and Loney Loach. Alright, I'm pretty happy with our preseason. We did play a few weak teams though, so I'm not going to get too carried away by that, but yeah. No stopping Ray Whitney. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Chelios sits out with day-to-day injury. Okay. Out for 5 days. Mario Lemieux has a day-to-day injury as well. Big game for Jaromir Jagr. He had a goal and 4 assists for 5 points. Yep, that's pretty good. Alright, so we are going to save that. So in the next episode we're gonna go ahead and run October of 1995. There's gonna be some waivers happening here soon and everything. That's gonna be in the next episode. And we're going to take a look, see if we can claim somebody. We do have a spot on left wing, so we're going to see if somebody could come and play there for us. We have, I believe, 10 slots, 10 contract slots. Yep. So we have plenty of room for that. So that's pretty much it for today. Let me know what you think about the free agents that I signed. Did I make a mistake, or does it sound like I have things under control? Keep in mind there weren't any superstar players available or anything like that, so there was no getting a 4 or 5 star player. Let me know what you think about how the team is shaping up. Maybe some recommendations if you have any, as far as tinkering up with the roster, we can definitely take a look at what we can do. There's one thing, and I don't remember if I've mentioned it in a previous video. I do not initiate trades other than shop a player, because in the past it was too easy to take advantage of the AI for trades. That's why I usually only go with trades, the offers that I receive, and then I either accept them or not. So yeah, if you say, oh yeah, try to, go and get Yarmir Jagger or something like that, I'm trying to not do that. Sometimes in games like that, it's too easy to abuse of the AI, so I'm trying to keep it relatively realistic as much as possible. So within those confines, if you have, suggestions or something like that, I'm definitely open to hear them. So in the meantime, well, thank you for tuning in as usual, and if you've liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. That's always appreciated, and until I roll this game again, see you guys next time. Thank you.